Most-
Okay, so going back to it. So this is the what this looks like. Okay, so this is how I have my screen set up. Can you still see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, cool. So this is like before. So like this is exactly when I would join. So like the interview I made up is set for 9:15. I would literally join at 8:12. So you always join 3 minutes early. You're
Okay.
dressed, you've got your blazer on, whatever you're wearing, you need to have on. You have got to make sure your background looks good because do you see this little preview thing? So do
Mm-hmm.
you see the zoom camera and my camera? The zoom camera and the Apex
Spectral.
camera are very different. Very different.
One.
I don't know. Apex camera picks up literally everything. It makes me look like crap too. So like me, I look like crap. I pretty much just woke up a little bit ago. But also like now I look more clear. My skin looks clear. You can see me better. So you're gonna want to make sure you have a good light source and a good
Mm.
background. Me, they say how to have a clear background in your interviews. I don't care personally. I have this as my background, which if Tyler saw this or if other DMs saw this, they would probably throw a fit about it. But I ran interviews all summer with a whiteboard and trophies in my background all summer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that, in my personal opinion, the background, as long as it's like me having knives in my background
Mm.
kind of scares them a little bit, but it's like they're literally going to find out that this is a knife job in the first 5 minutes of the interview, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so make sure you have a just for them, just for your first couple interviews, just be like clear background, good posture, good like dressed well, good lighting. Those are the three main things. Good background, good dress, and good lighting. Okay. And then 3 minutes early, so technically you would have joined at 8:12. So let's just say your interview's at 9:15. You're gonna be able to see people here. So it's gonna be like Kate Schaefer. Actually, let me see if I can send you this invite
Just
link.
so much.
It's
How am I gonna figure this out before 11 o'clock?
it's okay. Let me see if this is okay. I want you to join this link. I'm just gonna like yeah. Just because then you'll be able to see what you'll see. Did you get the link?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now join that and then yeah. So then okay, so this is literally what you'll oh actually wait. Unmute yourself.
You need to
You need
mute.
to-
One of
One of
us,
us.
or
Here.
both.
Can you hear me better now? Hear me better now? Hear me better now? Okay, I'll just have you muted for now. Okay, so this is what you'll see. Can you see yourself? Give me a thumbs up. Hold on, unmute yourself. I can't.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry. Can you
can
not
you
hear
hear
me on
me
Vector
on that?
Live?
No, so they're
No.
muted.
Hear me. But I
But
can
I
hear
hear
me on
me
your
on
Vector Live
Vector
right
Live.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on Zoom.
On Zoom. Mute on
Mute on.
Zoom?
Here. So like you're gonna be actually so they're muted. Can you hear me though? Can you hear me? Barely? Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mm.
Go on Zoom. Do it on Zoom. Talk to me on Zoom.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah. I just muted the site on Google.
Okay, yeah. So you can hear me better now though.
Yes, I can hear you
Okay.
perfectly.
So all of them are muted. Okay. They
Okay.
cannot speak to you. Okay. And they also cannot see other people. So like when other people join, these little boxes will be all over like all over the place pretty much. Like right next to each other, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Um, so like did you see that photo of like Emma talking like sending that picture for Ellie Steinhauser? Like when she was in training. Okay, like I can find a picture to show you anyway. So the first 5 minutes, like literally right as they join, you're just gonna say, hey, like you joined 3 minutes early, okay? You just say, hey, welcome to the interview. Happy Thursday. Just so you know, this first portion is a group section. So there's multiple of you on right now. You're all muted for the time being, but I can see and chat with each and one of you guys. So hello, Kate. Hello, Reese. Hello, Isaac. I usually say, no matter what, even if there's only one person in the interview, I always say three names. Okay? Always say three names because it makes it seem less sketchy, I guess. That's like the whole thing. Like if you say multiple people's names and they're like, "Oh, I'm not the only person there." Okay, but you just got whatever three names you say. If there isn't three people in there, you just need to remember those names because you're gonna name drop them throughout the interview. But that's like a more advanced thing. You don't have to worry about that right now. I'm just letting you know. And then you say, "Thanks for being a few minutes, being early." A few questions are gonna pop up in your chat box right now. So this is why you've already copy and paste this. So right as you say, a few questions will pop up in your chat box right now. Boom. You send that. Okay. And then you just say, if you want to take a couple minutes to introduce yourself, that would be great. We will get started in about 3 minutes. So then I would say we'll get started about in 3 minutes at 9:30 a.m. Central Time or 9:22 a.m. Central Time. This would be a good time if you're on a phone to switch to a laptop. If you're unable to do so for today, that is okay, but you will need one going forward if you were accepted. Also, grab something to take notes on before we get started. And then you'll just say, thank you so much for being early once again. Okay, boom. You turn off your camera. Okay? So you just turn your camera off like that. But you want to make sure you're unmuted and this, okay? So then let's say 3 minutes passes. You're going to answer this question. Usually they say, uh, I go to blah, blah, blah. My proudest accomplishment is blah, blah, blah. Whatever. You don't really have to pay attention. I probably shouldn't say that. But I never pay attention to what they say here. I pay attention to what they say on the application. Okay.
Okay.
But personally, this is what yeah, I mean they do say like you'll be able to tell if someone's a good application applicant from how they respond to that question.
Okay.
Because some people are going to be like unemployed, proudest accomplishment is kids. Like some people will do that crap, and you'll be like, okay, that's not a good person. That's not a good recruit. Okay.
Mhm.
But then some person's gonna write an entire book, and you're like, okay, this person's a dog. But
Mhm.
cool. So then at 9, like let's say at 11. So your interview's at 11, right?
Yes.
Okay, so at 10:57 you join, you do this. You say this first portion. Okay? You say this first portion. At 11, right at 11, you say, hey, we're going to get started. Welcome and nice to meet you. My name is Kate Schaefer. I'm an assistant manager for the Nebraska territory. Our time today is going to be split up into two sessions. So I use fingers, like I use hand motions. So whenever there's a number, I always put my
Oh.
hands up. That thank the Lord it doesn't do that on the Zoom. Like whenever there's a number, I always put my fingers up.
Okay.
But this is, I'm just like, I don't want you to take what I do and try to make it you. Just be you, Kate. But I'm just going to give you my experience
Okay.
because what I think is when I put my hand up or I speak with my hand every once in a while, it pulls their attention back into me, right?
Mm.
Okay, so then you say our time today is going to be put into two sessions. First, we're going to have an informative session. There's a number of you present for here for this. You are all muted. I can see and chat with you. You can only see and chat with me. We do it this way because it is a little bit more time efficient. Personally, I don't have 30 minutes to spend with each person. I'm going to spend about 15 to 20 minutes telling you about our company and the position you're applying for. So this isn't rushed. It's just like a conversation. It's just like be Kate, but don't speed talk, right? You're going to be nervous your first interview, right?
Okay.
And then you're going to introduce yourself. This is a really quick, like 30-second, 40-second conversation. Do you see what mine says?
Mhm.
Yeah, I started back in February of 2024, so I'm still pretty new to the company. I've sold about $70,000 while working part-time around other jobs. Here, I can copy and paste this into the chat.
Okay.
What?
Well, because I have a little outline, but I guess it's a little different, huh?
Yeah. Personally, this is what I say.
Okay.
I've sold about 7,000 working part-time around other jobs, school and being a human biology major. So one, boom, you're part-time. You're already talking about part-time. School, talking about school. So a lot of our people are college students. And then also I talk about being a talk about being a human biology major. And they're like, oh wow, like this kid's a science kid and he sells knives, right? And then I
Mm-hmm.
go back to talking about how I'm a human biology major, right? And then this is important. This is a very important stump. Like this is like a stump. What I love now in our is our team is awesome. So we are no longer just taking anybody on our team. We get to be very selective on who we bring on that will help hit our office, hit our amazing goals that we've set for ourselves. Boom. Okay. And then some of you guys received a letter in the mail, so congratulations on that. Some of you found out about us online or on social media, blah, blah, blah. So then you're just like, boom. You're just like, we trained all of our members, so there's no necessary experience for this time. I'm it. And then this is cool. This is like important too. So after we meet in our group, I will be meeting with you one on one. I usually say I'll be giving you a phone call one on one just to put a voice to the face. You'll be asked some questions, you can ask me some questions, and then we'll let you know whether or not you're invited to join our team. Does that sound fair? Type got it in the chat box or give me a big thumbs up. This says nod your heads. I don't like nod your heads because I have to look at everybody. But if someone pulls their hand up and gives me a thumbs up, I can see it better. So then I can be like, okay, thank you. Thanks, Kate. Thanks, Kate. Or hey, thanks, Jimmy. Hey, thanks, Dave. Like it's easier because you're gonna be wanting to this is like when you want to name drop. You want to name drop them here.
Give me thumbs up, you said.
Yeah, I say give me a big thumbs up
Okay.
because you want to name drop here because then you're about to start the video, so it pulls them in. And then also like there's gonna be people that didn't join early at 10:57. So you're not name dropping those people that join at 11 yet, right? So they don't even know that you're a real person. They might think that you're still a bot, right? So this is your chance to name drop them and be like, "Hey, thanks Anna. Hey, thanks Peyton."
Mm-hmm.
Like that's kind of your chance to do that.
Got it.
And then you just say, here's like a little bit, here's what we're looking for in the interview, people that are eager to learn, people that present themselves for over camera. We can tell who's being attentive and who isn't. I
Whoa.
have a cough this morning. Gosh. Anyway,
Goodness.
all different types of people and personalities do well with us. Okay, and then you say, okay, let's get the video started. This is where you have to really pay attention on how to run the site.
I don't have the video.
Yeah, this is what I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Okay. You see actions right here?
Okay. So it says to click select all. Do you do that?
No. So
Oh,
click actions
okay.
and you literally just scroll down to control video.
Okay.
Okay. And then you go in here, hit what we do 2025, and then scroll down to position video 9 minutes.
Wait, is what we do like a folder or a video?
It's a video. You do not want to show that because it's only 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. What we do and then what?
Okay, so you click what we do. So it's like a
Okay.
little dried down. And
Okay.
then position overview 9 minutes.
9. Okay.
Then you literally say, this is what I say. Oh my gosh. Sorry, my body's like waking up right now and it's like a disaster. This is what I say. I say, hey, by the way, just so you know, I'm gonna turn my camera off and mute myself just so I don't interfere with that video. But I still will be here if you need any help or have any questions. Because you're gonna turn your camera off and mute yourself. Now, Tyler at one point had us keep our cameras on, or some people kept their cameras on during the video, so it looked like you were watching the video with them.
Mm.
But personally, I always turned my camera off and video muted myself. Now, Tyler might want you to have your camera on or your camera on during these videos. I'd have to ask him though. Personally, I turn my camera off. Just me. And I say, I use the excuse of, hey, I don't want to overlap with the video, so I'm going to turn my camera off and mute myself, but I will still be here if you have any questions. Okay. And then you literally hit the video. And then you say, sounds great. I'll get the video started. Thank you guys. And
You want me to tell you everything about
This
vectors
is
in
a
10 minutes or
nightmare
less?
video. So you do not
Okay,
have to do that.
I'll
Your camera is literally off. You're muted. Okay. Then you're gonna hear this. Like this is like the cue sign.
getting another pay raise. They're learning, they're growing, and they're hitting goals. What more can you say to that?
What more could you say to that? Cool. What more could you say to that? You let it sit for like a second. Okay. And then you hit close. And then you come back on and I always start my sentence with perfect. So in summary, here's what you just learned. Okay. And then you go through this. So, like, just to give you a personal illustration, I was in your seat. When did you start? Less than a year ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was in your guys' seat 8 months ago, right? Roughly around or 10 months ago. Let's just say 10 months ago. I was in your seat 10 months ago. I found out about the position from a friend. Her name was Emma. She said that she thinks that this is what I say. I found out about the position from a friend. He said, "Hey, Reese, I think you'd be great for this job. You're super personal and you love to talk to people, so that's why I think you'd be good." Or something along the lines of that. Super, super short. Literally, I just say, I found out about a position from a friend. He said I'd be good at the position because he thought that I was personable and had good communication skills. Anything, anything along the lines of that. Okay. And then you just say I attended training. And then this is like where it's just literally reading from the script for now.
Okay.
So then you say, so I started to branch out. I've been recommended to, I put 300 people here. I always say 300 people.
Wait, pause. I found out about the position from Instagram by my friend Abby Stahlbaumer. She thought I would be a good what?
Fit for the job. Because I'm very personable and have good communication skills.
Sorry, thank you.
Yep. 1 second.
Oh my goodness.
Second. Okay. Boom. And then you just say I attended training and found out that it built my confidence. Two other things happened as I continued to do more and more in presentations. First, that was my communication skills improved. And then bang. So I started with people I knew and then I began to branch out. After my first couple of interviews, I'd been recommended to 300 new people. See, I always said 300 because Tyler had 300 in there when I got started. So I personally say 300. You don't have to say 300, but I just say 300. And then you'd say I'd have to count the exact number, but I was in control of my schedule and my income here. And then, like for future references, I don't want you to try to do this your first time. But for future references, this is a really good spot for you to name drop someone. Okay. So like the last line in that video is actually okay. I'll do it. It's super
Okay.
easy.
Sorry.
The last line in the video is actually incorrect. It said a piece of Cutco sold every 66 seconds. Now that was true in 2024, Kate, but in 2025 it's been every 55 seconds. Do you see how that's just like really smooth?
Mm-hmm.
Like Like now that was true in 2024, Kate, but in 2025 it's been every 55 seconds. So like it literally is super smooth. it's a really good time to bring like your best person. That's usually when you say your best person's name because it pulls like if they're like it's not if they're struggling, but it's like you're speaking one on one to them and it hits. Like if you break up the sets into pieces, then a Cutco knife is sold every 4.9 seconds. That pulls their attention and they're like, holy crap, this Cutco stuff sells a lot, right? Now, this is also another personal thing that I do. I'm not saying it works for everybody. I don't want you to do this. I'm just putting this on the record on the video. In the chat box, go ahead and tell me why you think our company is doing so well. If you have only one or two people in the interview and they don't seem like they're like top tier prospects, I don't even say this. I don't even tell them to tell me in the company because you're going to sit there for 15 seconds, 30 seconds waiting for them to put something in the chat box and they're never going to, and it's super awkward, right? So now, but like when you have like when you run your branch this summer and you have a really big interview with a lot of great people and you say, in the chat box, go ahead and tell me why you think our company is doing so well. This is a great time to I literally only had a water bottle sitting by my desk for this reason. I would literally pick it up and drink it because that breaks the weird awkwardness of just sitting there and staring at them while they're typing. So if you just act like you're a human for 15 seconds and you take a drink of water or you grab your Stanley and take a sip, like it's just like breaks that. It's like it shows that you're a human too, right? Because it is sometimes people are going to take like 20, 30 seconds to answer it because they're either slow typers or they're giving you a book. So then like if you did answer and you say, or like some things like in the like to break the silence, you could say, yeah, it could be a list of reasons, and then acknowledge answers. Yeah, Kate, people are home more, so they're cooking more, a lot more, or something, blah blah blah, whatever it takes. And then you'd say, yeah, you mean all of you guys were right around the right answer. And so, the reason is because there's not a lot of companies with openings right now. So we have the opportunity to meet the applicants we want to join onto our team. Right? Boom. Okay. So then you say, let me answer a couple more questions that you might have. Okay. So then you do that. So you say, hey, let me answer a couple more questions that you might have. Now on actions, you're gonna hit actions again because on your little presentation, like on your doc, it says slideshow, right?
Mm-hmm.
So literally all you're going to do is you're going to hit actions and then scroll down to show presentation.
Okay.
Okay. So show presentation.
And then share, or where's the share button?
Well, it says show. It says show, but you don't want to show it yet. Okay. It's the same situation with the video. You're going to click on it because it says work with us 2025. You're going to want to click on it and go to corporate slide deck USA. Okay. And then you're gonna do this. This is the first question that you're gonna want to put it here, and then you hit show. Can you see this on your like interview little thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then you just say, hey, can everybody see the slides? Can everybody see the slides? With my thumb up, because then they mirror me and give me a thumb up, right? So yeah, so they mirror me and say, hey, they give me a thumbs up. So then you have the slideshow open. So then you're literally just talking. This is like a really easy part of the interview. I think it's important to ask this question because why get a job if you're not going to enjoy it? I'll show you guys a couple of slides and let you answer this question for yourself. Okay. And then bang. As you saw in that video, we've won a lot of company awards and trophies as an office, but far more important to me than the badges are the people we work with. Our team is made of people in lots of different situations. So then you talk about Taylor, how he was a senior in high school this past spring. We have a bunch of college students, like I always say myself, Cale Kinney, Brady Anderson, Brady Rockwell. Or you could say myself, Emma Pearson, Reese Van Zandt, Ellie Steinhauser. Whoever you want to put in this little paragraph, like these little parentheses, you can put in there. Who work super part-time during school around a busy class schedule. We also have some athletes that work a little bit more full-time during the summer. Bank. So then you say we have young moms, and then this is like where the Nebraska office finished last year number one, roughly out of 130 offices. Although we're excited about that, we set a goal of 1.3 million in the year. We have already passed the. I always make up a number. I honestly have no idea where we're at for sales, which is terrible that I should know. But I always say like $800,000, $900,000. I always make it up though. So I say we are on track to destroy that. Just make sure it's a high number. You want to make it, don't make it too high, but make it high. Does that make
Like
sense?
700K?
Say that again.
Like 700K?
I'd say about 700 to 800. Make sure it's at least over half of our goal. That's my thing. Psychological. Um, at least over half of our goal. That's what I would say. Cool. And then you say that is a time for us to network together, learn together, and as well support each other. Bang. Vector alumni, we call people that used to work for us Vector alumni. Maybe they worked for us for a summer to get some experience, maybe get a leg up. These are people who don't really have the incentive to say good things about us anymore, yet they still do. And then you say bang. And I do like to say 74% of alumni said working at Vector helped me get a better job in the future. Okay. So if you want to be funny, like if you want to make them laugh, some people laugh, some people don't. You can say, now we've been written in a lot of amazing articles. I will talk about these articles, but I'm a sports guy, so I'm only going to talk about the sports articles. Sorry if you're not a sports person. And like, if you have a really good recruit, especially a guy, which this is sexist or stereotyping, whatever you want to say. If you have a guy and he looks good, he's probably going to laugh at it. Like yesterday in my interview, Braden Davis, he's a four-sport athlete. He laughed at me saying that because he's like, sorry if you're not a sports person, but I'm going to talk about the sports articles, right? Because it's already set up the way that it is. Then you talk about NBA, okay? Then you talk about ESPN, and then you talk about LinkedIn. And then something that I always say is like, for you guys that are a little bit more business orientated, we have Brad Coder, business major, worked 4 years at Bridgewater State, blah, blah, blah. So after you say this, you copy and paste these links in the chat box, and you just say, this is also another thing that I kind of joke about. So there's the link for you guys. I'll put that in the chat box. You don't have to read them. I'm not going to test you on them. But if you do want to know what people say about us, feel free to read those. Back. Also, like me, I joke during my interview. There's people like Jesse Jorgensen who doesn't joke at all during his interview. So, like, I personally, that's just the person that I am. I'm more of a relaxed boss, right? I joke around with my representatives, and you know this. So I joke around in my interview. That's just the person I am. I'm not going to change my interview I don't want to be Tyler in my interview for Reese's branch, you know? Okay. So then your next question is, can people really make money selling knives? Again, I'll let you answer this question. So then you just say, again, our representatives get paid either the base pay or the commission pay, whichever is greater. You get from 10% to 15% all the way up to 30%. Here's what a representative would make on a $200 sale. Then you say, by the way, this is our office average order is 400. And then, of course, with our training program, many reps have big sales their first week on the job. So if you're wondering, like, brand new people like you can make a career-like income here, the answer is yes. Okay? You don't have to say anything here. Okay? Literally just read from the doc. Okay? Then you say, here's a sales report from back in February. If you were to take these numbers and multiply them by 20-25%, you start to get a good idea of what someone's earning potential here could be. Then you just talk about this. You just say, hey, we have plenty of students working very part-time, blah, blah, blah. Then you say, and of course, they don't need to be money motivated to get a great experience here. How are you doing, by the way? Are you doing okay?
Yeah.
This seems scary, Kate. It seems
It's a
scary.
lot.
It seems scary, but when you get into it, it will be okay. Trust me. Brady Anderson laughed at me my first time I ever ran an interview. He was laughing at me, so it's okay. Okay.
Okay.
And then you say, and our success starts with our training. Just write this. If you want to write training down in your notes, if select today, will you schedule you for a training seminar? The training seminar is 3 consecutive days via Zoom and is super interactive. Yeah, super interactive. I also just want to point out that the 3 days of training is a non-negotiable job. So if you're accepted, there are 5 things that we're going to cover in training to make all of our representatives successful. Okay, bang. 1 second. Sorry, I had to wait Peyton up. This class in 18 minutes, 17 minutes. Okay, anyway. So if you were accepted, there are 5 things that we cover to make all of our representatives successful, right? So then you click here, a reason to work. So we teach each representative how to pick goals that are unique for them. Cutco sells itself, but you'll have to learn how to sell yourself. Names list. They'll write, the step 2 is a names list. You're going to write down as many people as you can practice with. Now, you're not going to present to all of them, but it does help you get started, which is way better than going door to door with knives. Not fun and probably wouldn't work. I always say not fun and probably wouldn't work. You'd probably get arrested if you showed up to someone's house with a handful of knives. Ha 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 ha. Everybody always laughs. That's my favorite joke. It also pulls people's attention back in because I told a joke. And then, so good news, you get to get started with people you know, and then you get recommendations from there. And then you say, step 3 is building a schedule. Worked with myself or one of my assistant managers. By the way, the position is super flexible, so how many hours you're looking to get is completely up to you. Step 4, practicing the scripts. We've spent decades developing our scripts that our representatives can use. The most important script is our networking script. After seeing people you know, we teach you to ask for recommendations. Our new representatives learn the script and average 5 per person, which means if you practice with 20 people, you now have around 100 new contacts to present to. And then lastly is setting up the presentation. This is the best part of training because we teach you how to communicate with your customers. For example, I were to call my mom's best friend and say, hey, I get paid $25 just to show the product, so there's no pressure on buying anything. Okay. So that last little bit, I went into interview mode. I think you could tell that like my voice switched. I went into interview. That's literally how I speak on my interview. Okay. And then you say, cool, so let's prepare you guys for your one-on-ones, final one-on-ones. So we have some awesome individuals on our team. We do call ourselves the Nebraska Heat, which kind of sounds corny, kind of sounds like a third grade softball team, but some people picked it and we kind of rolled with it. Joked again, made some laugh. Then you say, we have some awesome individuals on our team like Katie and Addison, who sold $30,000 last summer. Bang. So you pretty much just read this, right? And then you say the most important part of this is, so I'm super excited. Oh, make sure to change this to like fall/winter, not summer. Okay. So just say I'm super excited about the next part of this interview process. I'm going to drop a link in the chat box. Go ahead and fill this out so I can learn more about you. Then the final part of the interview will be over the phone. I'll take about 10 minutes with each one of you to review your application, ask you some questions. You can ask me some questions, and then we'll let you know today whether or not you're invited to join the team. And then you literally copy and paste it in the chat box and say, here is that link. Go ahead and fill that out. Just so you know, whenever you're done filling out that link, feel free to leave the interview and I look forward to talking to all of you guys one-on-one. Thank you. And then you turn your camera off. That's literally the interview. Now it seems like a lot, but do you understand how the functions work of how to get the video and everything?
I think so.
Okay. You tell me how to get to the video.
Actions.
Okay.
Wait, which video are you talking about?
The only video that you show, the first video. Like the video at the beginning of the interview.
I don't know. My notes aren't good. Actions? Oh no, the presentation. I don't know. All I have is actions and control video. And then what we do 2025.
Okay, so there's control video. Do you see this right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you hit that.
And then
And
what we do 25.
do
And
20.
then position overview 9 minutes.
Boom. Literally all you need. Yeah, so you tell me how to do that again. How do I get to the video?
Actions.
Okay.
Control video.
Okay.
Click that.
Okay.
The 9 minutes.
Boom. Literally it. Okay, now how do you get to the slideshow?
Actions.
Okay.
Show presentation.
Okay.
Isn't it already what it needs to be?
Yeah,
Okay. Anyway, click that and then USA corporate slide deck.
and then hit show. Make sure you hit show here. Because I ran an entire interview one time and I didn't show the presentation and they couldn't see the slides. So make sure you show hit
Okay.
my Ray-Bans.
No.
They're over here somewhere. Okay. So what you're gonna do now is you're going to go on Vector Live. You're gonna log out of Vector Connect. I'm at Vector Live. You're gonna go to Vector Live and share your screen. And you're gonna get into I'm gonna show you how to get into the interview. Okay. So why isn't there an interview at 9 a.m.? Refresh. Okay. Go to 9:15 interview. Okay, so then you're gonna go to log, hit interview log.
I'm supposed to be doing it.
Okay. Do you know how to do it?
Oh, I get what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, what?
Go in and hit interview log. Okay, so this is how you get into your interview. Okay.
Okay.
You hit get host link. And then click here to open the host link. And then boom, there's your preview. Okay. So like if you hit the preview button over there. Oh, okay, never mind. Hit profile. Okay, upload a photo of you, a headshot of you, or anything like that. Because you want to make sure you have a photo when you turn your camera off. Like mine is a headshot that I just got done.
I saw.
I know I just got it done the other day. Oh yeah, you called me when I was doing. Okay, you might have to mess around with it a little bit. Sometimes the Vector Live thing is weird.
Ugh,
That's
gross.
yeah, it like zooms in on your face.
Why does it do that?
I don't know. Weird.
Grr. Hold on. Sorry.
You're
Do you have to go do something after this?
No, I literally have no classes, so I'm gonna watch your interview. The only thing I have to do in between,
That's gonna freak me out, Reese.
but I need to know, I need to see it. I'll have my camera off. Okay, have a good time in lab. Here, I'll pause the recording. Come here. Yeah, so just use that photo. It doesn't even matter. They don't even see it. Okay. Cool. So then now hit profile. Okay, sounds right. It's there. Okay, now hit the X and then hit join room. And bang, you're in. Oh, you can still see yourself. That's kind of weird. Okay. So anyway, okay. So this is literally what you're gonna see. Like, okay, actually, this is kind of good. Good. Keep it that way, really quick.
Is this how the interviewers will be?
Here. Now, this is how it will look when you have multiple people.
Okay.
Okay. But look, like if you look at my screen, I can only see you. Well, you knew that. I can only see you. So you can see me. This is exactly how it'll look. Like there's two people. Okay. It's just like, yeah. Anyway, there's two people. And if there's multiple people, that's how it'll look. Okay. So then now I want you to go to like start the video.
I don't know how to get back to it. How do I get back to it?
What do you mean? Oh, you're in the wrong tab. Go to the other tab. There you go.
Oh. So little.
Bang. Okay. Perfect. And then bang. And then show presentation. And then hit the next and then show. Bang.
I get it.
Yeah. Good. What other questions do you have?
I don't think that I do.
Okay. What are your concerns?
Oh,
By the way, I'm gonna put this video on YouTube, so when I go run a branch this summer, and if I hire any new assistant managers, I'm gonna have this video on there.
that would have been really nice to know before we started.
Before we started, what do you mean?
Yeah, because I've been sharing my concerns.
Oh no, these are valid concerns, because then the assistant managers that will watch this in the future probably will feel the exact same way that you do.
Yeah. Okay.
So how are you feeling?
Concerned.
Concerned about what?
My script, really.
Your script?
Hmm.
You're concerned about the script.
What?
That you're not gonna know it well enough.
Well, cause like these colors, like I when I say I'm a colors girl, I am really a colors girl.
Okay, so what I would do for you then, just for
Can't even look
today,
at
just give the because like I'm gonna be honest, Kate, like the script you're not gonna use all the time. Like I don't even use it. I have it memorized now.
I know, but like
I
I
just
can't look at it. It's so bad.
but I wouldn't change the way it's set up because it is set up perfectly for how the interview is supposed to go. But if you need to change colors on it, then I would recommend do that just for yourself. But yeah, I'm not trying to freak you out, but I am going to be watching your interview.
Okay.
Um,
Can you be like a co-host in case I like accidentally mess something up?
yeah, I'll be in my suit and tie just in case.
Do I say I'm an assistant manager,
Yes,
even though I'm not?
you're
Can I go
not?
Nebraska territory?
Yeah, just say Nebraska Territory, Assistant Manager, Nebraska Territory. What was I gonna say? I was gonna ask Tyler. Something. What were we talking about?
I don't know. Do I
Um,
say that I own my own business or no?
no.
Do I also only call it Cutco here or Vector?
I
Or
go in between. I'm not gonna lie, that is one thing that I am even confused about. Um, because like I accidentally say Cutco sometimes when I think we're supposed to say vector, but I don't think it really matters as well. Like I don't think it's gonna make or break the interview. Oh my gosh. I like dropped my wallet behind my desk. I can't get it. That's what I've been trying to grab every single time I come over here because I'm trying to grab my wallet. What the fuck?
Is it still recording?
Yeah, I should probably take it off. I'll just edit the recording.